and welcome to my channel Engineering Made Simple. Now we were studying signals and systems course. Now today we will start a new topic which is mathematical operations on continuous time signals. So by the name of the topic only it is clear that we will study how do we perform different types of mathematical operations on continuous time signals. So now let us start studying the first mathematical operation. Now here in this case, first operation is scaling of continuous time signals. So as I just told you earlier, scaling is of two types, amplitude scaling and time scaling. Now let us start studying amplitude scaling first. So this is the definition of amplitude scaling which I have already written over here. So if a given continuous time signal which is denoted by x of t is multiplied by some constant a, then the resultant signal will be of the type a into x of t is said to be the amplitude scale version of the given signal x of t. Now what does this mean? I will explain to you. And if the value of the constant is greater than 1, then the signal is said to be the amplitude magnified version of x of t, or we can say amplification of the given amplification of a given signal is performed because it is multiplied with a constant which is greater than 1. And if we have the value of a as is less than 1, then we say that the given signal, that is a into x of t, is amplitude attenuated version of the x of t given signal x of t, or in other words attenuation of the given continuous time signal is performed. So let us understand this with the help of an example. Now the example I have written over here. So this is the signal definition of x of t. So this is a given continuous time signal. So it is defined as 1 for 1 in the time interval 0 to 1, and its value is 2, amplitude value is 2 in the time interval 1 to 2, and in the time interval 2 to 3 again its value is 1. So this is how our given continuous time signals look like. And now we are going to see amplitude amplification or amplitude magnification, and what are the results of amplitude attenuation, you will see. Now for time being, note this particular signal and its waveform also. So from the plot, it is very easy to plot because you know for 0 to 1 its value will be 1, so I have plotted it like this. For 1 to 2 time interval its value will be 2, so the signal will go slightly up, and for 2 to 3 again the signal is defined like this. So this will be given in the question to you, so you need not bother about it. So from the given signal definition you should be able to plot the signal. Now let us study what is amplitude magnification and amplitude attenuation, or in short what is amplitude scaling operation. So let us see. So now what was the signal given to us? Now we want to perform first operation, we want to perform is amplitude scaling only we are performing, but in that first case we will see, that is whenever the constant value is greater than 1, that is we will see the amplification type. So now I want to plot a signal which is 2 into x of t. Now understand, x of t I had defined earlier, the plot which I had shown. Now we are supposed to find out 2x of t, and it will give me the amplitude magnified version of x of t. Now understand this thing over here. So what was our x of t? I will write it once again. X of t was 1, 2 and 1, between 0 to 1, time interval 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3 it was again 1. So this was the plot for this x of t. So this was our x of t, this is our time axis. So for 0 to 1 its value is 1. For 1 to 2 its value is 2. And again for 2 to 3 its value is 1. So the signal will be something like this. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 0. Here its value is 1, here its value is 2 again. So the dotted line, I have dotted line is not part of the signal. Just for you to understand that which amplitude value corresponds to which time interval. So that is the reason I have drawn this dotted line inside over here. So this is our given signal x of t. Now we want to find, what are we interested in finding? 2 times x of t. So whatever will be the amplitude value. Now what is the amplitude value of the signal in between the time interval 0 to 1? It is 1. So the amplitude value will be multiplied by 2 because this is amplitude scaling. For magnitude of A greater than 1 case, that is amplification or amplitude magnification. Amplification. So I am doing amplification. So now this is x of t, and then now we have 2 into x of t. So how it will be defined? So 2 into x of t meaning the values will be multiplied. Now what was the value of x of t? Here in this case only x of t was 1, but now we are multiplying it by 2. So 2 into 1 will be 2. 2 multiplied by 1 will be 2. Because we are multiplying the given signal x of t by 2 for 0 less than t less than 1. And then what was the value for in between 0 to 2 case? Value of x of t was 2. But now this 2 is there because that 2 is present in x of t. But we are multiplying x of t, amplitude of x of t by again a constant whose value is 2. So this will be 2 into 2, which will be 4. So I hope this is pretty much clear. Now what was the amplitude value of x of t in between the time intervals? In between time intervals 2 to 3. So in between 2 to 3. So this is another way of writing 2 is less than t is less than 3. So that is what was the value of x of t in time intervals, in between the time intervals 2 to 3, it was 1. But that was the amplitude value of the signal x of t. We are interested in finding 2 into x of t. So its amplitude value will be again multiplied by 2. So the final answer would be 242. So now let us plot these values. So this is amplitude magnified version. So now this is the plot for 2 times x of t. I have written it precisely. It is 2 times x of t. Now let us see how it looks like. So for in between 0 and 1, its value will be 2. Okay, its value will be 2. And for 1 and 2, its value will be, sorry, I made a mistake, writing mistake here. In between 1 and 2, its value will be 4. Okay. And then in between 2 and 3, its value will be again this thing. In between 0 and 1 and 2, 2 and 3. So this is how our plot looks like for the amplitude magnified version of x of t. So this is x of t and this is amplitude magnified version of x of t. So this is amplitude magnified version of x of t. So this was the magnitude of a greater than 1 case, which was amplification. Now we will, I hope this is pretty much clear. Now we will go on to study amplitude attenuation. Amplitude of A is less than 1, it is said to be amplitude attenuated version of the signal. So we are going to perform amplitude attenuation. And please note we are doing amplitude scaling only in this case. But in amplitude scaling there were 2 cases. So whenever I say I am going to have amplitude attenuated version of x of t, its value will be always less than 1. So it would be Now we are asked to plot half times x of t. So now we are interested in plotting amplitude attenuated version. So we are interested in plotting half x of t, half into x of t. So half is our constant a in this case, but what is the value of 1 by 2? 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5, and 0.5 is less than 1. So that satisfies our condition, our constant value is less than 1. So this particular plot will give me amplitude attenuated version of the given signal x of t. So now let us plot that. Plot half of x of t. So now, how will you define half of x of t plus? So whatever the values were there here. So what was our x of t value? 1. 1 into 1 by 2 will be, it would be, because it would be amplitude scaled by 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Then here 2 was there, so it would be 2 into 1 by 2. Understand? Because we are multiplying half to x of t, that is nothing but the amplitude scale. So what was the amplitude in between the time intervals 2 and 3? 1. So it would be again 1 into 1 by 2. So what is the answer here? 1 by 2. And here it would be 1. And here it would be again 1 by 2. So this is for time interval 0 to 1. I hope this is clear. And this is for time intervals 1 to 2. And this is for time intervals 2 to 3. Now let us start plotting attenuation or amplitude attenuation. Amplitude attenuation. And both this type come under amplitude scaling only. So this we have scaled the amplitude, because here whatever we are multiplying, we are directly multiplying it to the signal amplitude which we are having. So now let us plot this. So in between time interval 0 to 1, the signal will have amplitude half. So this is our signal. This is our x-axis time t. This is our x-axis time t. This is our plot for half into x of t. I will write it over. Half into x of t meaning 0.5 into x of t also you can write. So this can be also written as 0.5 into x of t, where 0.5 is less than 1. As 0.5 is less than 1, it is said to be amplitude attenuated version of the given signal x of t. So now what is the value in between? The value of the signal or amplitude of the signal in between time intervals 0 and 1, it is 0.5. So let us show 0.5 something over here. Let's say assume this is 0.5 or half for time intervals 0 to 1. So this will be. Then again for time intervals 1 to 2, its value is nothing but 2 into 1 by 2, meaning the final answer would be 1. So let us assume this is and then again for 1, 2 to 3, its value is 0.5. So that is what I have drawn over here. So let me try it more clearly. So this is 2 and this is 3 time interval. So this is nothing but the amplitude attenuated version of the given signal x of t. Now from here only you come to know that here earlier the signal value was present at 1 and another signal value was present at amplitude value was present at 2. But when I do amplitude attenuation, the signal is slightly shrunk in amplitude, so or reduced in amplitude. So from here only you can see at time interval 1, earlier the value was at 1, now it is at 0.5. So from here only we come to know that the signal is attenuated in terms of its amplitude, or its amplitude is scaled. So this is what is known as amplitude scaling. Now we will move on to the next mathematical operation, which is time scaling. So now the second type of scaling, which is time scaling. Now what do you understand by time scaling? So if a given signal, if you have a given signal x of t, then x of a into t, that is x of at, is known as time scaled version. Is known as time scaled version of x of t. And now this time scaling also has two types. This is time scaling, this is number 2. So understand this over here. This is time scaling. Okay, I'll write it. Time scaling. So now this is time scaling. So here also I said we have two types. Now we, as we know, x of at is time scaled version of your signal, given signal x of t. But now there are two cases. If value of the constant a, here a is constant, okay, a is a constant. Now if a value is greater than 1, then we say time compression is performed. Time compression is performed. And whenever we have in this x of at only value, x of at is nothing but the time scaled version of the given signal x of t. And if the value of magnitude of a in this x of at is less than 1, then we say time expansion is performed. Now let us understand these two types of time scaling with the help of an example. Now whenever the value of the constant which is multiplied to the independent variable time is greater than 1, then we say time compression is performed. Compression is performed in time scaling operation. And whenever the value of the constant which is multiplied to independent variable time is less than 1, then we say that time expansion is performed, not time scaled we can say it is simply expansion of the signal is performed. So this is the definition of time scaling, and these are the two subtypes which are available in time scaling operations on continuous time signals. Now let us see these two with the help of an example. Now we were studying time scaling. Now in that we will study. So it is a subtype only. We will study what is the time compression. Time compression is there when your constant value is greater than 1. So for that we will take an example. For the same signal only we will take x of t, whose values are 1, 2 and 1. These are the amplitude values. 0, 1 to 2. 2 to Now let us plot this x of t. So let us start plotting. So now let us start plotting this particular signal, which is x of t. It is pretty much clear. This is our time axis. So our signal x of t. One, two. So this is our signal x of t. Now we will perform time scaling. Now the first operation in time scaling that we are going to perform is time compression. So now we are asked to perform time compression, which is nothing but, so we are performing time scaling, in other words compression, time compression. When I say we are performing compression, meaning we want to plot. Now we are interested in plotting. So we are interested in plotting the signal x of 2t, which is nothing but time scaled version or time compressed version as a is greater than 1. So this is the particular value of a which we are talking about. But now in this case, this a is not multiplied to the signal amplitude, it is multiplied to the independent variable time t. So this is time scale version of given signal x of t. Now let us plot x of 2t over here. So let us plot it. So this is also known as compression. So now here we have x of 2t. This is our time axis, and this is also known as time compression. So for this particular signal x of t, how will you define the signal first? Here in this case, whatever is there, your amplitude value will not change because you are doing time scaling over here. Now remember. So the amplitude value will remain the same. Zero to 1, 1 to 2, and again 2 to 3. But what will change essentially is the time instant value. So I will do one thing, I will write it over here down again. So amplitude value will not change, only our because our constant is multiplied to independent variable time t, the time instant value will change. Now here it is x of 2t. So now how it will be? The amplitude value of x of 2t will remain as it is. So this would be nothing but 1 to 1. But now this 2 is multiplied to the time axis, right? So here in this case, when you draw the plot, it would be divided. So whenever any constant is multiplied to independent variable, in the resultant waveform plot, you need to divide that time interval. So it is 0 less than t less than 1 by 2. Why 1 by 2? This time interval change because here it is multiplied by 2. So here in the time instant we are supposed to divide it by 2. And that is how it is supposed to be done. So that is why we can say that the waveform is compressed. Because whatever the value was, whatever was the amplitude of the signal, present in between the time intervals 0 to 1, it is now shrinked to the time intervals 0 to 1 by 2, shrinked or compressed in the time interval. So that's the reason we say whenever a constant which is greater than 1 is multiplied to the independent variable time, we say that time compression is performed. Now what was another time interval here? It was 1 to 2, so it would be changed to 1 by 2 to 2 by 2, which is essentially 1. And here in the next case, also here value is 1 in between the time intervals 2 to 3. So it would be changed to 2 divided by 2 to t less than 3 by 2. Now understand one thing. So whatever were the time interval values, we divided by 2 because here we were asked to find out x of 2t. So whenever we have a constant which is multiplied over here and its value is greater than 1, in that case you need to divide the time intervals. If the constant multiplied to the independent variable time t is greater than 1, then you need to divide the time intervals in the final output waveform. So if you are asked to do plot the waveform and show it and denote it properly. So if you are asked to perform time scale. Now let us see how this waveform will look like. So its amplitude value is 1 between 0 to 1 by 2. So let us see, this is 0 to 1 by 2 time interval. And its value is 1. But just only it is getting compressed in the time axis. Here it is 1 by 2. Here it is 2 by 2, that is essentially 1. And then 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5. So let us keep it as it is for simplicity of understanding. So this is 1 by 2, this is 2 by 2, and then this interval is 3 by 2. And the amplitude value will remain as it is 1 and 2. So this is nothing but the time compressed version of the signal. So let us denote it by 2.2 over here. So this is time expansion. This would be a less than 1. So time expansion. So it is type of time scaling only. Okay. Yes. Now we have this particular signal. Now we want to perform time expansion on it. So we are interested in plotting x of half t. Now here you can see this half is nothing but the value of a over here. Now here value of a is less than 1 because what is 1 by 2 is it is 0.5 and 0.5 is less than 1. So if you are supposed to plot this type of signal, then we say that it is time scaling needs to be performed, and essentially as the value of the constant is less than 1, we say that time expansion needs to be performed over here. So now the amplitude value will remain unchanged here also. Now we are plotting half x of 1 by 2t. So whenever we have whenever we have value which is less than 1, in this case we multiply the time axis with that value. Now here, so now we were studying time expansion and time scaling. Now whenever we are doing expansion, we multiply our independent variable time by a constant a which is less than 1. Now we are interested in plotting x of half into t. Now from here only from this equation only we come to know, that is when I say x is equal to x of 0.5 t we are supposed to plot, then this x of 0.5 t or half t is nothing but time scaled version of original signal which we have, x of t. Now this is our x of t, this is our x, and this is the plot of the given signal x of t. Now we are interested in finding x of 0.5 t, and in other words we are interested in computing x of half t. Now how will you find out that? As it is time scaling, the amplitude value of the signal, which is 1, 2 and 1, will remain the same. It will not change because mathematical operation is only performed on the independent variable time t. So now this is x of half t, which is the time expansion we are supposed to find out. Now how will you find out x of half t? So nothing is going to change in terms of the amplitude of the signal. Only the interval, the time interval will get expanded. Let's see, because it is half times t. So this this 2 which is in the denominator when we are asked to plot, this will get multiplied in the time axis over here. So whenever I say plot x of half t, we will just multiply the time intervals so with whatever is given in the denominator. So here in the signal equation in the denominator 2 is there. So we will multiply our time axis, time intervals by 2. So what was x of t? In between 0 to 1 its value was 1. So now we will multiply its time interval. So this is 0 into 2 because this is 2 divided by here in this case. So we have to remember that case in such a way only. So if something is divided in the time axis, divided in the signal equation in the time axis, and we are asked to find its expansion, we need to multiply the term by which it is divided by. Now understand. So this is half of t. So that's the reason I multiply here it by 2, because here in the signal equation it is half. So here the time interval will change from 0 to 2 because we have to multiply with whatever the term is present in the denominator. Here also, this is 1 to 2, so this will change when we are plotting to 2 to 4, and here also we have to multiply the time interval by 2 because in the signal equation it is divided by. So that's the reason when we are defining the signal we have to multiply or scale the time axis or expand the time axis. So this is 2 into 2, so this would become 4, and this interval will become, time interval would become 3 into 2, that is 6. So this is how we have expanded the signal in time. Now from observing the difference only we will come to know. Now this is the original signal x of t. Now whatever the amplitude value was there in between 0 to 1, now the same amplitude value is present in between the time intervals 0 to 2. So in that way we have expanded or stretched the time axis. Now whatever the value of value of the signal x of t was in the time intervals 1 to 2, it is expanded in the time intervals 2 to 4. And whatever was the amplitude value of the signal in the case of signal x of t in between 2 to 3, the same value is shifted, the same value is expanded to the time intervals 4 to 6. So that's why we say it is a time expanded version of x of t. So there is basic trick to remember when you are asked to time scale using, when you are asked to do time scaling, and then whenever we are supposed to do time scaling, remember one thing. So whenever you are asked to do time compression or time scaling and its value is greater than 1. So here if the value of a is greater than 1, let's say you are supposed to plot x of 2t, then what you will do, you will divide the time intervals by 2, and whenever you are asked to plot x of half t, you will multiply the time interval. So that's what I have done here. So whenever when I have plotted x of 2t, I divided this by 2, and whenever I was asked to plot x of half t or 0.5t, I multiplied this time axis by 2. So on multiplication only I got these two results on two different types of time scalings, which is time compression and another one is time expansion. So once I solve examples on this, examples will come in later lectures. You will clearly understand the difference between the time, what is time scaling, and what is time compression and time scaling. So for time being, please try to understand this, and once we solve more examples on this, it would be pretty much clear. and the remaining mathematical operations on the continuous time signals we will cover in the later parts. So that's all for the day.